Hello and welcome to Trout Talk here on Saga 960 AM. I'm Brendan Lang along with Mikey K and Mike Karafilidis here, two of the broadcasters for the Brampton Steelheads. And Mikey, we didn't have a show last week, so it's been a couple weeks since we've spoken. How have you been? What's been going on in the last few weeks?
I've been doing well. I watched the Super Bowl, of course, the most boringest Super Bowl ever. I believe
Terrible.
one of the most boring. Yeah, if you're a defensive guy, that's your Super Bowl, right? But 5 field goals, paired like defense back and forth. Drake May wasn't good. Sam Darnold wasn't even that good. It was just one of those games, right? So I was in one of those. I was in a squares thing too with a pool. I had the worst numbers. What are the worst numbers you think you could get in a pool?
I don't know. I've never been in one like that.
You never been in a squares one? All right.
No.
I had 2-2.
Okay.
So the end has to be like, say, 22-22. What are the chances of that?
Oh, I see.
Not good. 7-0 good. 9-0, 7-3. And of course, I get 2-2. So, yeah, I ended up getting 2-2. But regardless, the food was good. Had a nice get together at my sister's house. We had chicken wings, pizza, wings, salad. What else do we have? Chips, dip, these homemade jalapeno poppers. What's all I have to say?
Now, did you make the wings? I know you said you were going to be doing that. Yeah.
I grabbed them. I didn't make them.
Oh, okay.
I grabbed them. No, I made sure. Yeah. I don't
You
trust
were on
anybody
wing
else. Pardon?
You were on wing duty. You had to make
Oh,
sure.
yes. I made sure I had the wings. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I agree. It wasn't a great game. I mean, the fourth quarter, there was a little bit of intrigue. Like, I don't know, you thought when Stevenson scored, maybe there was going to be a comeback, and then there was an interception on the next drive. So
Terrible.
yeah, okay, I guess it's over. But yeah, I mean, both defenses obviously played really well. New England's offensive line was terrible in that game. Like, I mean, May didn't have any room to move. He didn't play well regardless, but they had a rookie left side. Both guys on the left were rookies.
Right.
Yeah, it was just and obviously Seattle's got a great defense, so that's the way it played out. Both teams had really good defenses. I think going into it, you probably thought that was going to be the case, that the defense was going to take over. But Kenneth Walker picks up the MVP.
Man.
What was it, 137 yards on the ground, something like that. So,
Yeah.
big game from him. I thought at some point it was going to be the kicker to win this MVP.
He should have.
Yeah, I thought
Jason Myers should have won it.
I thought maybe at some point they were going to lean that direction, but no. Obviously, Seattle. Congratulations to them. Big win. Sam Darnold, good for him. You know, getting let go from Minnesota, picks up the Super Bowl. It's good.
And the Jets. And the 49ers.
I mean, last year when he played well and he still couldn't hang on in Minnesota. But yes, obviously when you get drafted to the Jets, it's pretty much a death sentence as a quarterback. So,
or the Browns.
Well, yeah, maybe the Browns too. Anyways, so yeah, Super Bowl's over. That means we're getting into baseball season. At the time of recording this, the Blue Jays spring training started today, I believe. So, so we're getting right back into baseball. I'm looking forward
already.
To that. Also,
it just finished.
We're
getting back into baseball already.
Short off season this year, but that's good with me. I need as short of off season as possible.
Right.
And the Olympics are on, so I've been really into that too.
Yes,
I've been really watching that. I saw a couple hockey games today. Slovakia winning against Finland. That was a bit of an upset. And then Italy, Sweden. Sweden did end up winning that game, I believe.
Yeah.
But it was 2-2 in the second period. So I think
what were the shots on goal? 49-11 at one point. I think
Sweden had 60 shots.
60 shots. Holy moly. Hey, whoever that goaltender, who was that goaltender in Italy?
I don't know.
Sign him.
Yeah. I think
somebody signed this guy.
Yeah, I don't know what the final score was. Let's see if I can pull it up here. But there were a few OHL alums playing for Team Italy. Tommy Perdeller was playing.
Yes, that's right. So yeah, he was playing. I don't know anybody else, to be honest.
There's a couple others. I forget the names, but
Perdeller, Peterborough Pete's.
Yeah, that's right. A couple of good years.
They actually, I think there was a guy in the stands that was wearing a Perdeller jersey.
Oh, really?
I think so. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So
the final score was 5-2, sorry, for Sweden. But still, I mean, when you give up 60 shots, 5 goals, it's not that bad.
No, especially against Sweden, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good players. He was buzzing around.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel Landeskog picked up the first goal of the game. So lots of great players there. Canada at the time of recording this starts tomorrow against Czechia. So we know Czechia has given Canada some troubles in international hockey recently, especially in the World Juniors. So we'll see how that one goes. But I'm excited to see Canada, see all those guys get together and play. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. I think it's gold or nothing for this Canadian men's team, because I know the Canadian women are doing. They got shut out by USA 5-0, right?
I watched that game. It was not good. The US was all over them.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Brendan. I think it's time maybe to get a little younger, maybe.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think
I don't know.
I think they said 12 of the Americans, it was their first Olympics. And for Canada, I mean, there's still players that played in the 2010 Olympics on there.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're good players. Don't get me wrong, but you gotta But you gotta get younger. You gotta get younger now. I mean, Sarah Nurse, yeah, she's good, and Ulan's good, and I mean,
Brianne Jenner.
But it's time to get younger now, and I'm sure this is going to be their probably. Well, who knows? Maybe they'll come back for another Olympics, right? But yeah. So this is it. I mean, the guys, they got to do their job now, especially, right? So most likely, but who knows? In the men's, it could be anybody.
Could be. I mean, the U.S. is obviously good. You know, Sweden's pretty good. Finland, even though they lost, Slovakia, obviously pretty good. Canada, so yeah, it should be a dogfight. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. All right, so let's get into Steelheads talk here just a little bit before we get to our guest here. In a moment, we'll talk about the Steelheads' last couple games on their schedule. So on Friday, you had the Barrie Colts coming into town. That was the first time Mason Sebeski and Parker Von Richter had come back to Brampton after being traded, and the Colts do end up picking up a 4-1 win. Mason Sebeski also factors in that, scoring a goal in that game too.
Yeah, they played really, really well, Barrie. I mean, we've talked about it lots of times. This is a team that's like North Bay. They play really, really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this team is heavier than North Bay.
Yeah,
a lot heavier, right? So they're going to be tough to beat. They just cracked the CHL top 10, right? They're ranked number 1 right now in the OHL power rankings as well. So this is a team that's really rolling right now. Ben Horebic was good in that game. They played an overall 4 lines just rolling that game. And Parker Von Richter was good. Kayshawn Aitchison was, the usual. He's good. Cole Boldway, you can see why he's going to be a number 1 draft pick of why he is a number 1 draft pick of the Utah Mammoth. He was all over the place. He scored in that game as well, right? Yeah, Zach Bowen was absolutely phenomenal in that game for the Steelheads, though. So, that started off that homestand there.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think Barrie is a team to beat in the East. Like, you look at kind of like you said, it's 4 lines, right? Like, they don't really have, obviously they have top guys, but there's just so much depth there. Like, think about the trade for Ben Wilmot. I mean, that is
another one
fantastic trade that they pick up him, obviously, along with Sebeski, who ends up scoring in that game. Von Richter, as you mentioned, played a good game. Baudouin just really seems to be able to shield everybody off the puck. Like, he can hang on to it, make quick decisions. There's just a lot of good things about this team. And they got probably the best goaltending tandem in the OHL. And that's a big thing when you get into the playoffs, because goaltenders, as we know, can steal games. When you have Horebic or Jaswal's only allowed 1 goal in 3 games against Brampton this year.
I was surprised he didn't start that game.
I was actually surprised as well. But Horebic obviously ends up playing a great game. A couple of things did want to point out. Big fight there for Troy Patton. Good for him stepping in there, facing off with Kayshawn Aitchison. And then, of course, Sean Matthew Goyetti picks up his first OHL goal in that game.
Right. Congratulations to him. That's David Goyette's brother, if anybody doesn't know. Former Sudbury Wolf and draft pick at the Seattle Kraken. But good kid. Plays a good all-around game. Sean Matthew Goyette. It looks like he's just getting better and better when he gets in there. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, big congrats to him. Okay, quickly here, just about a minute before we go to break. Then it was the Sarnia Sting coming to town. The Steelheads lose that one 2-1 in overtime.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I think that was a tough one because Sarnia, they played a back-to-back. They played against the Oshawa Generals in Oshawa, and they won 5-3. Then they come into Brampton, and they went 2-1 in overtime. So they're, it's a back-to-back game, and I thought maybe Brampton was going to come out with a little bit more fire in that game, but Sarnia, they came out on fire. Credit to them, right?
Mhm.
They played hard. Good goaltending from Osipenko. He played well in that game, but yeah, it was just one of those games. You lose in overtime. It was kind of a cheeky goal, I guess you could say, in overtime, right? Too, but if it went to a shootout, or if it lasted a little bit longer, Steelheads could have won that game. But I'd like to see a little bit more fire from the Steelheads, though.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, you look at that; they pick up points in that game as well. So again, picking up a point in that overtime, and they're kind of on a little bit of a roll here recently with just that one game against Barrie where they didn't pick up a point. But again, looks like they're kind of figuring things out with all the new
Sure,
parts, and that's a big thing.
absolutely.
Carter Hicks also gets credited with the goal, so it's his first as a
Why?
Steelhead.
Why did they announce say Jackson
Yeah, I
Williams
think
got
it
the
was there
goal?
because
That
it
was
was
kind of
deflected
weird,
in
huh?
front. Didn't really know who it hit, but yes, it was ended up being
Yes.
credited to Hicks. So he does get his first as a Brampton Steelhead and his fourth of the season. All right, so we'll take a break now. On the other side, we're going to talk to Steelheads forward Will Eggleton. We'll do that next. You're listening to Trout Talk on Saga 960 AM. And welcome back to Trout Talk on Saga 960 AM. I'm Brendan Lang, along with Mikey K. Mike Karafilidis here, two broadcasters for the Brampton Steelheads. And now we'd like to welcome on Steelheads forward Will Eggleton. Will, thanks for coming on. How you doing?
Yeah, thank you. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? Are you in? Looks like you're in a garden house or something. You're growing flowers. What's
No,
going
just in
on?
the basement, unfinished basement.
Oh, okay. That looks like a garden
Yeah.
house. I just picture flowers behind you or something, or some roses. I don't know. Very nice. Thanks for coming on, Will. Appreciate it.
Now, are you at home or are you at a billet house?
No, I live at home. I live in Milton. It's only about 25 minutes away, so it's not too far to get to the rink and back every day.
That's nice.
No?
That's nice. So
Yeah.
you got the unfinished basement. Must have done a lot of hockey playing down there growing up.
Yeah, I've got my net set up and stuff, my shooting pad down here, so it's used to
Did
getting
you
a lot of pucks
did you play mini sticks down there?
all the time. All the
Oh yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. I'll have a mini stick game with you. I'm the mini stick champion.
We'll have to
I'm just
see.
letting you know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just kind of talking before we went to break there that it seems like recently, the team started to kind of figure things out, playing together. Obviously, there's a lot of new faces, a lot of different guys being shipped out. Just how do you feel that that's gone here over the past few weeks since the deadline happened?
Yeah, it was a pretty big deadline for us, so we got in a bunch of new players, and we've had a lot of time to go over our system, so everybody's kind of knowing what they're doing in the D zone, neutral zone. So we all gelled pretty tightly now.
So you and McGregor Richmond are the longest tenure Mississauga slash Brampton Steelheads right now. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that's pretty cool. How does that feel?
No, it feels pretty cool. Me and McGregor, we were call ups when we were 16, so we got to play with a bunch of those guys like James Hardy, Del Bell, Del Mastro. Kind of learn from them, and we've been with the team all the way up till now. So that's been pretty cool for us.
Mhm.
How much does that help when you first come up, not playing as a full-time player, but getting that experience and getting to play with guys like you talked about there, and Hardy and Del Mastro, Owen Beck, Del Belbaluz, those kind of players?
Yeah, no, it was huge for me. Just kind of seeing what it's like to be an OHL player, especially learning from guys like Del Bell and Hardy, who are one of the top forwards in the league at the time. So kind of just learning how to be an OHL player like that, even if it was just for a little bit of time up there with the OHL guys, but it definitely helped me a lot.
What exactly did they teach you? What was the first thing that really stuck in your mind? Like, wow, kind of thing.
Just like their skills. I mean, Del Bell's stick handles the puck so well, and Hardy had such an elite shot. So those guys, just learning from them in practice, seeing, different techniques, stuff like that really helped me out.
And you think back to that time, obviously being one of the young players and now being the longest tenured player, being one of the older guys. Like, how can you sort of feel your role changing over those years to where you're at today?
Yeah, it's been really weird actually. I don't feel that old, but
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah, you guys are coming in at 16 now and I'm turning 20 soon, so it's definitely felt weird, but it's kind of cool being able to teach the younger guys things that you were taught when you were coming into the league.
How does it feel to be 19 again? I mean, how does it feel to be 19?
19's good. I like it.
I miss being 19. I think that was probably one of the best ages. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, for sure. 19's a lot of fun.
Oh man. Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
keep it at
Yeah.
that.
yeah, definitely. Lots of good times in there for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we're talking a lot about like the off ice stuff, but on the ice, like your skill development, where do you feel that you've developed the most from those early days in the OHL to now today?
I think my defensive zone play has gotten a lot better. When I came in to the league, that was one of my biggest weaknesses, and I think JR and our staff has definitely helped me out in the D zone. Making sure I know what to do, who to have, stuff like that. So I feel like I've definitely improved in the D zone a lot, and
So you've
as well
had
as my shot. I feel like I've improved a lot with my shot accuracy and strength.
so you've had three coaches now, like three offensive coaches, I guess you could say. So I believe you were with Jeff Kurzakos, right?
Yep, yep,
Okay. And then you had Thorny, Stefan
yeah.
Thorn, and now Jake Wood. From those three guys, you must have learned a lot. So talk about that. Talk about having different voices, how much they've helped you.
Yeah, no, I've had three pretty awesome forward coaches. So when I was a call up, Krzakos was our assistant coach, forwards coach, and he was great. I've worked with him in the summer a bunch. I actually work landscaping with him in the summer. It's my summer
You
job.
do?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So
That's
I
awesome.
see him in the summer a bunch. Thorny, I used to do skill sessions with in the summer as well. So I'd known him before he was hired. And he was a great coach for us last year. And then now with Jake Woods, he's been great with us so far. I also did train with him in the summer. Last summer, we did some skill skates together. So I've known them all a lot before they've been here, and they've helped me out a bunch.
And when you have, three different guys, three different voices, like, is the messaging similar from all three of them, or is there a lot of differences in there? Or is it kind of the same because they're under the same staff?
Yeah, it's the same. It's mostly JR, and then the assistant coaches help us out with like little technique things here and there and stuff like that. But like most of the coaching is from JR. So it's been mostly the same through those three guys, but you can always learn like a little thing from each of them. So it's been good.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever asked you this, but who do you model your game after?
Oof.
I can't believe we've never asked you this.
I honestly have no idea. I haven't really thought about an NHL guy that I model after, but
Oh,
yeah, I have no idea.
Did
I
all
haven't
you
really
right.
thought about
That's
it.
all right. Good
did you
answer.
have like a favorite player? Maybe not necessarily that you
Yeah,
modeled that game after.
Austin Matthews has been my favorite player. Huge Leafs fan. Love the way he shoots the puck. Um, I was following, when the Leafs had the first overall pick, we drafted him. Watching him like grow into the player he's been has been pretty cool for me. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
he's been my player since my favorite player since I was really young. So
That's awesome. Well, that's a good guy to watch. That's for sure.
Mhm.
I just wish he would play defense like you a little bit better. So he doesn't really like to play defense, that guy, or hit. And you like to hit. I got on a more lighter side. I know that you and Justin Botno, you guys really like to chirp on the ice, kind of thing, which is cool. I love that, right? And that's the kind of
yeah,
player I was. You know what I mean, right?
yeah.
So what's the funniest chirp you've ever said to somebody, or funniest chirp that's ever been said to you? If you don't want to say what you said to somebody, what's the funniest chirp that's ever been said to you?
Oh,
Just curious.
I mean, yeah. Me and bots are usually chirping. We're usually chirping guys. I don't know when the Barry Colts came into town a couple or last weekend. Me and Parker were
Yeah.
going back and forth. Can't really get too much into what we were saying, but
Oh yeah.
and it was all fun after the game. But yeah, me and Parker were going at it for sure.
That's awesome.
So we had Reed Gee on, and you were the name that he said chirps the most. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, usually chirping a bunch of guys out there.
All right, so let's circle back here, and coming up is a big road trip coming up right now,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
huge.
big northern road trip coming up, and two games, one game against North Bay, one game against Sudbury, of course. What's the mindset going into this road trip? How's everybody feeling?
Yeah, no, these are must-win games for us now. I think we've got 19 games left. We're
Mhm.
battling with Sudbury for the last playoff spot there. So obviously that game against Sudbury is massive for us. That's 100% a must-win game, and that's what we've been working towards this week in practice. We know it's a big game, so we're all dialing in for that one for sure. A huge road trip.
Mhm.
And being a guy that has experience, you've played in the playoffs in the OHL, you've gone down these stretches late in the season fighting to get in. Like, how can you help out some of the new guys? And there's a lot of new faces that maybe haven't experienced it before.
Yeah, a bunch of our guys were really young, so I mean, I'm sure a lot of them haven't had too much playoff experience, but it's it's really important for us to get these wins right now so that it gives us a spot to make that playoff push. Um, I think as well as staying healthy, that's one of our biggest things right now. We got to keep everybody in the lineup.
Mhm. Yeah, I know Ardagh. Ardagh took that big hit from Aitchison, but it sounds
Yeah,
like he's going to be okay, which is a good thing.
yeah, he's back.
Um, yeah, so that's a good thing. But I mean, you got to play. You got to go into North Bay as well. That's always a tough place to play. Out of all the Central Division arenas, so you're talking about Barrie, you're talking about Sudbury, you're talking about North Bay. What's the toughest arena to go into? You'd say, like to play it.
The toughest one for sure is that northern trip, the one that we got coming up this week. Playing in North
Mm-hmm.
Bay and then playing in Sudbury. Those are, we think, some of the hardest rinks to play in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just long bus rides in the winter. It's freezing cold up there, so it definitely makes it a little bit harder. But no, we'll be ready for it.
Yeah, I like that
And playing in those
intensity.
rinks, obviously, there's a lot of intensity with the fans in there as well. Like, do you like playing in those hostile environments?
Yeah, I love it. I love playing in a rink where they're booing you and where you're the bad guys and stuff like that. Yeah, and
Oh,
Sudbury is really rowdy. I've gotten a couple beer cans tossed at me a few times,
I would
so
say, oh yeah,
a lot of fun. A lot of fun though.
yeah. I mean, it's awesome as a player, but and stuff like that. But those people, they're a little bit. Yeah, I would say they're probably one of the rowdiest in the league.
Yeah.
I remember that video when they played the North Bay Battalion, but we won't get into that
Yeah.
with fans. Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
we won't get into that. That's how much of a rivalry it is. But I mean, now are you guys like you said, 19 games, 18 games, whatever it is that's left in the season right now? You guys are feeling that. Are you guys feeling that pressure now, or is it kind of, everybody coming together kind of thing? Do you feel things coming together as a team?
Yeah, things are coming together for sure. Our goalies have been great. Our new guys are learning the systems, our face-off plays, stuff like that. So we're definitely coming together. Looking forward to, make that playoff push and win a couple important games here.
And we were talking about it before we went to break about in that game against Barrie, Troy Patton stepping up, getting into a fight with Kayshawn Aitchison. How much does that fire you guys up? Obviously Aitchison is a name around the league that is known for that style of play. To see
Yeah.
Patton get in there, how much does that kind of get you guys going?
Yeah, that was unreal for us. Kayshawn is one of the tougher guys in the league. He'll fight and he's good at it. And to see
Mm.
Patton, who's an 08, going up against one of the toughest 06s, I mean, that was insane. That square off, we were all like, holy, what's gonna happen?
Oh yeah,
But
that same here.
yeah, but he did really well. Like we're all giving it to him after the game, like good job, stuff like that. Like that was an insane fight, and he definitely held his ground for sure.
Oh man, he held his own. I was saying Brendan knows. I was holding my breath. I was
Yeah,
holding my breath out there, and I was biting my lip, and almost blood was coming out of my lip. I'm like, oh my goodness me, oh boy, yeah, one of
yeah,
the tougher guys. But
I was
Yeah.
worried when I saw them square off, but he did really well. Really
you
well.
Good for him. But back to you a little bit here. I mean, you start off your minor hockey and whatnot. Who would you credit besides JR and your other coaches in the OHL in your minor hockey days? Playing. Who would you credit one of your coaches there that's giving you the best advice?
I think Chris Stevenson and my time with the Mississauga Senators.
Right.
Um, he had built a pretty great team. We went all the way to the OHL Cup and won it. So I think I spent 3 years there. He taught me a bunch of stuff, bunch of important things, and then that is where I ended up getting drafted from his team. So that was pretty good.
And you say, going all the way to the OHL Cup. How much does that prepare you playing in a tournament like that for the next level?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. We played against GRC and I think we beat them once in the whole season. They were stacked. They had guys like Martone, Van Volsen,
Mm.
Hag. So that was a very tough team to go against, and it definitely prepared me for the OHL. That was one of the best games that I've ever been a part of.
So with the new guys, just to go back, now we're going to circle frontwards a little bit. We're kind of going backwards and frontwards here. So with the new guys coming aboard, Amadovsky, Jackson Williams, what are Carter Hicks? What do these guys add to the team
Yeah, they had
with the culture wise?
a bunch of skill. They're great guys off the ice too. We all got together to watch the Super Bowl, so that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a
The most
little
boringest Super
team.
Bowl ever.
Yeah, it was brutal, but we did have a team event.
Good.
Got a bunch of the new guys out to hang out. So that was a lot of fun for us, and they bring a lot of skill. I mean, Amadovsky is super skilled forward. Hicks was really sick on the back end, so they've been good
Right.
for us.
And how do you make sure that culture, stays there? Obviously, it's always a big talk about this team and how close everyone is in the locker room. Like with all the new faces, how do you kind of make sure that continues?
Yeah, I think just hanging outside of the rink is a huge part about it. I mean, when we had the trade deadline and those guys came in, we went out to dinner as a full team. Went out, got some pizza, and then
Nice.
again, got together for the Super Bowl. So I just think, always hanging out. We play video games together too. Like we've had 12, 13 guys playing video games together
Wow.
away from the rink. So that's huge for us.
Who were you guys going for in the Super? Who were you going for in the Super Bowl?
I was going for the Seahawks. A lot of the
Yeah.
guys were going for the Seahawks. I think only David
Wow.
Green was going for the Patriots. That was it.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
if you're not a Patriots fan, you can't cheer for the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Yeah, one of the most boring games ever, but
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh man. Oh man. Like I just if you're a
yeah.
defensive guy, we're talking. If you're a defensive guy, that's your Super Bowl, right? But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, Darnold wasn't good. Brendan and I was talking about it. Darnold wasn't that good. The old line for Patriots stunk. Drake May
Yep.
stunk.
Yep.
Stephon Diggs breaks up with his girlfriend at halftime. I mean, it just that game had everything but scoring, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He takes off to Cancun after. Oh man, what a mess that guy.
Yeah, it was a
But he's making
disaster.
the millions. He's got the money. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that was not a great game. Since we're off on the topic of other sports, we usually ask, if you weren't playing hockey, what sport would you be playing? But I want to change it a little bit because the Winter Olympics are on. Is there a Winter Olympic sport you think that you would be good at other than hockey?
Oof. I don't know. I've really wanted to snowboard, so
Okay.
that's definitely something I want to try in the winter. But obviously, with the season going on, can't do that. So I think if I could pick a sport to compete in other than hockey, I'd pick snowboarding.
Okay.
I could see that from you. The
Yeah.
hair flying
Seems cool.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Seems
Yeah,
cool.
the hair fly. Yeah, for sure. You'd be that guy. Boom, up and down, up and down. That's a good one for you. You know what? If it was me, it'd be the luge.
Is that the
Oh
one
yeah,
where like
just go
yeah,
right at your back, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
Great.
one's
That's a
insane.
cool
I
one.
I think I'd probably go skiing. I think that's
Yeah, I
the
can
Yeah.
see you being a
yeah,
skier. You
yeah,
look like a skier.
kind of in the same breath as snowboarding. All right, well, we thank you so much for coming on, man. Really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
absolutely. You're
Thanks
welcome.
for being here, and we'll see you around the rink. Good luck the rest of the season, and good luck on
Yeah.
this road trip coming up.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
See you soon, my man. Thank you,
See you
Craig, for
guys.
coming on. All right.
Steelheads forward, longest tenured player, him and McGregor Richmond on the Brampton, Mississauga Steelheads. So we'll be back after the break to break that all down, and we'll talk about a few upcoming games here for the Steelheads. You're listening to Trout Talk on Saga 960 AM. And welcome back to Trout Talk on Saga 960 AM. I'm Brendan Lang, along with Mikey K, Mike Karafilidis, and we just spoke to Will Eggleton of the Brampton Steelheads, forward for the Steelheads. Great to talk to him. And as we were talking about, longest tenured player, he's been in the organization for the longest, and that's obviously a pretty cool achievement. And now a guy that you can see has really developed his game, and on the ice and off the ice as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that gives it 110% every time he gets out on the ice, right? He's very, very good at the cycle, I notice as well. Like he's very good at getting the guys together. He's just an intense guy, right? Um, love his game. I think he's been getting better lately as well. I think with his relishing his new role, being the older guy in the team has helped him, right? So, as you say, being the longest tenure Steelhead along with McGregor Richmond. But love his game. Love the way he's been playing. I love the way he talks on the ice too. I can
Yeah.
see it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a guy you want to have on your team. William Eggleton. That's a guy you don't want to play against, right? But really, really good kid. Known him now for 4 years now, kind of thing, right? But really good kid and a really good game.
Yeah, definitely. And I think on the last podcast, we were saying that he's been playing his best hockey of his OHL career here in the past month or so.
100%.
Deadline. And he really has kind of stepped. I think he's, realized that there is a big opportunity here for him and a big role for him. And he really has stepped up and played really well. I agree. There's a lot of intensity there. And I think that's kind of the calling card or the hallmark of a leader, right? Off the ice, intensity on the ice as well. And I think he brings that all the time. And that's a big thing to kind of show everybody, that's the right way to do things. So that's, I think, a huge part of his game, and great to see that he's, really taken off this past month here.
Yeah. I mean, I like the question you asked about the Olympics, eh? He'd be a snowboarder. I can totally see that. Totally see that from him. See the hair going because he's got the hair, right?
Yeah.
And the intensity going down, and I could see him talking smack to people that are watching or something like that, right? You like what you see? You like what you see? You like that, huh? Right? But oh man, yeah, he's a character. I like that from him too. He's got a good personality.
100%. All right. So we talked to him about this upcoming road trip. Now, we're not going to get too deep into it. Again, the games will be done by the time that this comes out. But just maybe we can just talk a little bit about the road trip as a whole and just the importance of it for the Steelheads team. I mean, you heard him talk about it there. I mean, at least that Sudbury is pretty much a must-win game.
Yeah, you heard him. Yeah, they're dialed in. Asking him about the road trip, as you said, and he said they're dialed in now. Like these are pretty much must-win games. You got to play Sudbury 3 more times, and after this one, there'll be 2 more. You got to play North Bay. I think two more times or 3 more times. Just looking now, Brendan, help me out here. I think it's 3 more times, right?
You got to play Sudbury 3 more times.
3 more times, and North Bay, I believe, 3 more times as well. I think they got to come back.
Yes, 3 more times. Yes.
Right. So both teams 3 more times. These are must wins, but especially against the Sudbury Wolves, going over there and winning in their barn, which is always tough to do. And you heard what William Eggleton said, that's one of the toughest barns to win in and whatnot, but he loves the atmosphere. They got to win these games. They have to beat the Sudbury Wolves, who are beatable, and mindset is playoffs. They got to win these games. They got to come out hard. They have to come out 60 minutes. They cannot get off to the slow start, right? And if they get off to a hot start, I think that'd be key. I know this is a repeat recording. I know we've talked about this on broadcast. We've talked about this on the podcast as well, on the show. But they need to get off to a good start and continue that and get 4 lines rolling.
Yeah.
Get the good goaltending, which they have been getting. right? I expect probably Luke Johnson to get one of the starts this weekend in that road trip. I probably expect him to get that start against North Bay, right?
Yeah.
So, but we'll see if they can do that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That big getting off to a good start is really the most important thing in these games. And I think it was the last episode when we talked to Justin Botno, and he had said, just playing a full 60 minutes is kind of what they're working on, what they're striving to get to. And sometimes that's tough for a young team and an inexperienced team. But with all of the practices, with everybody kind of getting together, getting everybody into the system, integrated all of that, I think that's something that the Steelheads are definitely going to have to do in this upcoming road trip against both the North Bay Battalion and the Sudbury Wolves. 2 massive games. And then after that, we have the classic Family Day game. So that's the one we can get into a little bit. That'll be coming up tomorrow at the time of this airing. It's at 2:00 in the afternoon. And again, it's the North Bay Battalion. So
yes, I'll be off.
Yeah, we're gonna get some North Bay. We're gonna get a lot of North Bay content here coming up. You'll be off. You'll be at the rink though. You're still gonna be at the game.
Yes, I'm off that day.
Not working.
No.
But Nicky will be at the game. But yeah, again, it's a team that's tough to play against, similar to the Barrie Colts. We said that off the top. But again, it's just getting off to a good start and hopefully carrying in some momentum from this northern road trip that's coming up.
Yeah, I mean, North Bay, the last time they played, it was a battalion winning 5-1 in Brampton, right? And that was, I believe that was the game right after the trade deadline. So,
yes,
I mean, that was everybody, all the new guys playing in their first game, right? And that was the game when Nathan Amidowski pretty much just got off a plane the night before. I mean, Jackson Williams, like this is when they're just meeting. They got up, well, Will Eggleton did say they went for a team dinner, but when you get on the ice, it's a different story. You got to practice with these guys, right? So, and it showed in the first period. I mean, they got off to a 4-0 lead, the North Bay Battalion. Nathan Amidowski's brother Liam's getting the scoring started. Parker Vaughn, he seems to be the new Steelheads killer. Procession gets the assist on that one, right? And then Gervais, they just acquire him from the Saginaw Spirit. Welland Ryder, he gets a goal as well. Justin Bondo was the only goal for that game for the Steelheads, and Caden Petrie getting the other goal for the North Bay Battalion. A good pickup from the Flint Firebirds. But yeah, again, they got off to a slow start, right? And final shots in that game were 27-21, right? Not bad, especially for North Bay. And that first period, it was 9-4 in favor of North Bay, right? And that was a game probably Zach Bowen would want to have back.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Luke Johnson came in. But yeah, they just got to get off to a good start. But I am looking forward to that game, though, taking my son.
That's going to be awesome.
Just to let everybody know.
Obviously, Family Day.
Please don't bother me. Just to let you know, too. So, anyways. But anyway, no, they got off to a good start, Brendan. They really do.
No, 100%. And that game that you're talking about, that was the game where I think they scored 3 in the first period, if not mistaken. 4 in the first.
4-0.
Okay. 4-0 after the first, and then after that, it was a tight game. I mean, they just didn't come out. Obviously, it's the first game with all the players together, so it's going to be tough. But after that first period, I mean, they really settled in. They played well. The thing with this North Bay team, and I know we've made a little bit of a comparison to Barrie before, I don't think they necessarily have the top-end skill that Barrie has, but they're similar in the sense that, yes, they're hard to play against, but they have a ton of depth, too. Like, they can roll all 4 of those lines. Everybody that's going to go on the ice is going to have time in the offensive zone. They're going to give you an opportunity. And that's what you see with this North Bay Battalion team. It's not one guy that's got a ton of points. Like up and down this lineup, there's contributors.
Yeah, they're spread out big time. They're spread out. And this is a team this year that's pretty good. Next year, they're going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very good. Maybe one of the favorites to win the Central Division next year, in my opinion. Because if you look at the Central Division next year, let's realistically look at it right now. Steelheads will be better next year. We all know that. Ton of draft picks in the cupboard. The young players that they acquired, probably a lot more activity in the Steelheads way, right? Okay. Barrie Colts, they're going to lose a lot of players next year, right? A lot. They're going for it. And that's what happens when you go for it. So next year, they'll probably drop dramatically. Might be one of the worst teams in the Central, but who knows? North Bay will be one of the best teams in the Central.
Yep.
Next year might be their year when they go for it. They got a good team up and down the lineup, as you said. So we'll see what happens though with that. But they play hard. They play a heavy game. They got good goaltending. Jack Lisson in there.
Mhm.
I think Mike McIver's hurt right now. I'm not sure, but Jack Lisson, he's a number one. So, but
Right.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's another team with a very quality goaltending.
It's not about
tandem.
Niagara.
Yeah, but Niagara too. Like, I mean, they're hard to judge sometimes. Like, you just don't really know where they're going to fit in. Niagara, I think they'll be decent next year.
Yeah.
And Sudbury, who knows where they go from this year? We'll see how that
Yeah.
works out. But I do agree with you that North Bay would be the favorites going into the division next year, and who knows? Steelheads make some moves depending on what happens there. But definitely a team that's good this year and will be really good next year. So getting the experience this year for them playing in the playoffs, obviously they're going to get in the playoffs, getting that experience, even if it's just one round, some of these guys just kind of feeling what that's like, it's going to be huge for them. But for the Steelheads, we mentioned it. It's the same as the road trip. It's getting off to a good start. I know we say it all the time, but that's it. Get off to a good start. Pressure their D in the offense or in their defensive zone. You can create some turnovers with this North Bay D if you do pressure them enough,
Right.
and that's where they're going to have to find success.
Yeah, attack. Get that forecheck going. It's a good thing that Keaton Arda is going to be back in the lineup too, right? Seemed like him, Nathan Amidovsky, and Julian DeBiglio had something going in the winning streak, recent winning streak for the Steelheads, right? So you could see, when he wasn't in the lineup last game against the Sarnia Sting because of a hit that he took from Kayshawn Aitchison. But you could see when he wasn't in the lineup that, those two, it just seemed like they feed off each other, and they needed Keaton Arda in there on that line, right? So it's good that he's back in the lineup.
Yeah, huge for just the offensive upside of the team to have Arda back in. So, yeah, looking forward to that game. Obviously, it's a game that we have every year here in Brampton with that Family Day game. So, really looking forward to that. All right, so we got a couple of minutes here where we can do our 3 stars. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since we've been on, so I can start with my 3. I think I'm going to go Jackson Williams. I think Jackson Williams has been playing really well recently. Maybe it hasn't shown up on the score sheet yet. I know he was credited with that goal, but it ends up going to Carter Hicks. It hasn't maybe shown up that way, but I do think that there's a lot of hockey IQ in there. I think that's kind of the thing that stands out with Jackson Williams. So I'm going to go with him as the 3rd star. I'm going to go with Sean Matthew Goyette as my 2nd star. Somebody who moved up, played some forward, back on D, scores his first OHL goal. I like the play that he's been doing. And then Zach Bowen's just been so good recently. I have to put him as number 1.
Oh yeah, I mean he's everybody's number 1 for this week for sure. He was absolutely phenomenal in between the twine against the Barrie Colts, against the Sarnia Sting. He was stopping everything in sight, but you can't stop everything and everything, right? So, but yeah, he had a great couple games, that's for sure. My 2nd star is going to go to Sean Matthew Goyette as well. Actually, I have to agree with you on that one, getting his first OHL goal. He's really been coming along. He's really been coming along on the back end and playing better when he gets in there, right? My 3rd star will go to Carter Hicks. I think Carter Hicks has still been a leader back there on defense, and he's a guy that's going to be counted on heavily, and he's a leader out there. And as I said, and next year he's going to be counted on even more heavily, right? So I like the way Carter Hicks played in these last couple games. So, but those are my 3 stars.
Yeah, Carter Hicks, I mean, he's a huge piece on that back end, especially, coming down the stretch this year. David Green, who knows when he's back in the lineup dealing with a lower body injury right now. And that's a big piece missing. So Carter Hicks in there, obviously David Green's brother and Peter Green, Owen Cartwright, Sean Matthew Goyette, all of those guys are really going to have to step up in his absence. So that's obviously a big opportunity for those guys, and looking forward to seeing what they can do with that chance. All right, we got about a minute here, Mikey. Do you have a life tip for us?
Yeah, I got one for you.
Hear it.
So if you're gonna take care of food, make sure you take care of the food you like. As in when you're when you're going to a Super Bowl party or you're going to a party or something. So I took care of the chicken wings, and I made sure on purpose because I don't trust anybody doing the chicken wings.
Because you like the chicken wings.
Oh yeah, I don't care because sometimes some people they bring them, and it's from like a pizza and wings deal, and the wings are just garbage, right? They're not from a good wings place.
Right.
Get it. That's right. So if you're going to get chicken wings, the life tip is get them from a good chicken wing place, as in, say, Red Rockets. I don't know if you ever heard of that
I don't know
place.
that one. No.
Okay, so that's over here. Red Rockets. Okay, bottom line, do your research.
Okay.
Don't get them from like a pizza place because they throw them into the oven and they're garbage.
Or make them
Absolute
yourself. If you make good
horrid.
wings too, you can make them yourself
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
those Pinty's ones, right? So do your research. Don't buy them from those garbage things that they throw it into the oven and they go, "Oh, I did. Here's your chicken wings." Oh yeah, garbage. And then you open them up and they're hot. They're not even warm, right? They're cold, right? And then you eat them and it's like, what is this? And it's one bite and you're into the bone. No, you don't want that. You want to take 2 bites and you're into the bone. 1, 2, and then you switch around. 1, 2,
You need some cushion in
right?
there, some meat on bone.
Absolutely, absolutely. So do your research when you get your chicken wings, folks, and make sure you get the food that you like. And you bring it and you say, "No, I'll bring the chicken, or I'll bring this, or I'll bring that." Oh no, I brought the chicken wings.
You were
That's
the
right.
chicken wing
And
man.
everybody loved them. That's right. And there was some left. I brought too much actually.
Hmm.
And they're like, "Oh, you guys bring it home." No, I'm not gonna take it. You take it. They're being nice, right? Obviously,
That's
and
good.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. But that's what you got to do. We do the same thing if we have get-togethers. I love hosting. Actually, I'm a big hosting
Okay.
guy.
Okay.
So just to say, but yeah, make sure you take care of your own food.
Yep. Yep. Take care of the own food, and obviously, those kinds of things. Super Bowls, great for everybody to
Do
get.
your research.
Yeah, do your research. Everyone get together, have a good time. That's you have to make up for the bad game somehow. So you better have fun with everyone who's around. But anyways, all right,
That's
that'll
right.
finish things off here on Trout Talk. Thanks to Will Eggleton for coming on the program. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Brendan Lang. That's Mikey K. Thanks for coming along, and have a good day, everyone.